guys, get your slippers on, bust out your stuffed animals, and shine up your colorful lug nuts, because guess what? Today we're doing Honda content. Well, I guess we're doing Honda transmission, or K-Series transmission content. Today is going to be what I would like to call round 2. Got it. Alright, but we should have better luck with this one because it has not yet went through catastrophic failure. And I say yet because honestly, can we all agree that all these K-Series transmission are basically destined for catastrophic failure at some point in your life? You gotta baby it, you know? They're really fragile. Alright, got all the bolts out, shift selector, the little detent spring, majiggers, and everything's out, man. So now, only thing I need to do is do that that clip on the top. Gotta spread that guy open and get the case to separate. So the only thing really holding it together now is the Honda bond and that clip right there. Alright, clip came out already. That was easy. Whenever there's not a bunch of chunks of metal in there, that's easy. I literally heard that thing fall. That's cool. Whoa. It's magic, man. Freaking magic. Hell yeah. See, this transmission is clean, buddy. Looks pretty good in here, you know? I guarantee a year from now, it's probably gonna be in a trash can like the last one. But, you know, for now, it looks pretty freaking good. Alright, if you guys haven't caught on to what it is that we are doing today, I'm sure it's the title and thumbnail of the video, we are installing an LSD inside of this transmission. So this is kind of the only thing that's really held me back from continuing on khaki. I mean, to be straight up with you, my next steps are to assemble the transmission and engine together and put them into the car. But I didn't want to do so without having an LSD. I think it's a very important piece to the puzzle of khaki being competitive in any kind of way. You know what I mean? Is to not be one tire firing. So this right here comes from our good friends over at MaxpeedingRods. If you guys are not familiar, if you don't remember what company that is, it is the ones who makes our favorite coilovers, of course. Yeah, they have LSDs now, not only for K-Series, but they have them for B-Series as well. So anyhow, I gotta get this transmission torn the rest of the way down, get our diff out. I gotta swap over the ring gear and all that stuff. And yeah, dude, this is my first time ever doing anything like this. I tried to get some help, but to be honest with you, the only person I know in the Phoenix area that could actually help me has left me on red and now just doesn't respond. But it's all good, man. I'll figure out how to do it my damn self like I do absolutely everything else. You know what I'm saying? I mean, worst case scenario, I screw this transmission up and I have to move on to like working on the Blazer and ditch this whole Honda thing. Ooh. Hey, don't start squeezing the life out of your Hello Kitty plushie, man. I was just kidding. Anyhow, I think our next step here is I got to pull these 210s and get the reverse gear out of the way. So my goal here is to just kind of remove both gear stacks and the shift selectors and stuff, hopefully as one piece, and just kind of move it over to the side without unmeshing or undoing anything, so I can just put it back in there the same way. That's what I'm hoping for, because once we get all of that out of our way, then we have free range to get this diff out and start doing the stuff that we need to do to it. Alright, I removed that little gear selector that goes on the reverse gear. Now, it's my understanding that where this bolt hole right here is at, it had, I think it was this one? Yeah, this bolted through the case. I believe it was right here. Anyhow, this bolt went through the case into the reverse gear rod, whatever you want to call it. Now, that hole has to line up with the casing whenever we put it back on. We go to put that bolt in. Now, it doesn't have to be perfect, because if the hole is just a little bit off, you can kind of put like a screwdriver in there or something and just kind of move it to get it to line up and get the bolt to thread in. But if it is like completely off, like if it's spun like way over here and the only thing you can see is this flat surface, once you get the case on, then you're kind of screwed, because there's like no way to get it to turn. So it's my understanding just to kind of put a mark on the outside of the casing, just relating to where that's at, so you can at least get it close before putting the case on. Alright, now with the gear stacks and everything out of the way, we can get this diff out. I got a socket that fits in there. I'm gonna try set the socket underneath. A much longer socket, buddy. Or maybe just an extension. Alright, bang bang. Slid that boy right out of there, you know what I'm saying? Alright, so we are going to need to get this gear off of here. I'm gonna press this gear onto the new diff, and then luckily we don't have to reuse these bearings, because the diff that MaxpeedingRods sent out comes with new bearings. But yeah, other than that, we just gotta take all these bolts out, pull the ring gear off, and swap the ring gear over to that diff, and then we have to press this gear off and then swap that over to that diff, and then we should be golden. Alright, I am not 100% sure if this is the correct tool for doing this or not. I am really hoping so, because this is what I got, man. If not, I'm gonna have to figure something else out, because this is the only tool looks like it's gonna do this that I've got at the house. We need to separate. I believe I can just pull that reverse ring off over the bearing, but I think it's probably gonna be easier to just take the bearing off first, so I don't have to slide this thing over the whole bearing. So I've got this clamp style. This is a bearing separator and puller set. I believe this is exactly what it is that I need to do this. But we are about to find out, man. We're gonna find out together. Let's go ahead and put this thing over the bearing first. I don't know, man. It don't look like it's gonna get in there. All right, can we go over the ring gear? That ain't gonna do it. Yeah, see, the problem is these bolts aren't even long enough. Like, this thing won't even start underneath there. Do we have longer bolts? Nope, these bolts are hard. Let me figure something out. I'll be back with you. Shout out to this guy.
About this bearing, because we're gonna be putting. Hey, this is Frank. This is the open differential from our Acura RSX 6-speed transmission, and we're going to look at removing the bearings, or at least one of the bearings, and then removing the speedo ring from this differential. So we don't really care much about this bearing because we're going to be putting in a new LSD into the transmission with new bearings, but we want to try to recover the speedo ring. So what I'm going to do is I've got this pickle fork and a hammer that I've already started, but just to create a puller, pounded enough that we can get this puller set up. And
you got a like for me, buddy. Appreciate you. Alright, you guys seen it. But in order to do that, obviously he has his differential on the table vise. I do have a table vise, but we need to get this ring gear out of our way so that we can actually put it on the table vise. So let's do that first. What size are these guys? Too big. Too big? Wow, why does that wobble so damn much? This is a 14. It's got a lot of play in it. 13 don't fit, but 14 has a lot of play. Maybe my socket's just worn out, huh? Good old Harbor Freight. We got 2, 4, 6, 8, 12 number 14s right here that we gotta yank out of here. That ain't gonna work. Alright, finally got that separated. That was fun because 4 of these bolts absolutely would not let go, period. So I had to completely drill them out. And of course now they screw out by hand just fine. Ain't that lovely? Yeah, they were ridiculously tight. All the other ones zipped out just fine, just these 4 would not budge. Alright, with the speedo gear, obviously I don't want to crack this thing, so I'm going to try to be gentle with it. Instead of using the pickle fork, I have this guy. I'm just going to try to wedge in between it and lightly tap it out. Hopefully. That's the plan. I'm going to switch from side to side. And it is coming off. Slowly but surely. I know this thing is really hot right now. I'm gonna try to get a mark on it so I know what side is facing out. I don't know if it matters, you know what I mean? Like I've mentioned before, this is my first time doing this. So if you've done this before and you know this thing is symmetrical and it can go either way, good for you, man. I don't know that. So I am marking the side that's facing out so I know I put it back on in that orientation. You see, that's why I marked it, because I knew it was gonna go flying. And then I'm gonna be like, what side was what? I also know that thing is definitely still hot. So there it is. All that work for this guy right here. Well, and for our ring gear, but you know. All right, so I can't find something like a socket or something large enough to press that ring on with the press. So I'm gonna try to heat it. We'll see how far we'll get doing that. Hopefully it just goes right on there. I have the diff actually sitting in the freezer. I went through and I wiped this thing down really good with some acetone before I put it in the freezer to make sure it's good and clean. That boy is definitely good and hot. What the hell? It literally just went right on. Alright, so let's let that cool down. Dude, it literally just fell right on. Like, I didn't have to use the hammer or nothing. I'm gonna set this back in the freezer and let that get cooled off. All right, now let's go ahead and get these new bearings pressed on here. I just got this thing back out of the freezer. I am gonna put just a dab of engine assembly lube around this area right here where the bearing is gonna slide on. Things always go smoother with a little bit of lube, you know what I'm saying? I am just heating the bearing up just a little bit. As you can see, I can still put my hands on it, kinda. Just a little bit. Come on. Let's go on there straight, buddy. Ow! Ow! The heat has spread. Alright, so that's not going to get me all the way down. This thing's got to go flush down there, so... we need something that's going to sit on there. Perfection. Perfection. This is a 1 7/16 of an inch socket. And that's not going to completely work because now it's hitting there. Maybe the old bearing. Hopefully I don't press it on there. We are all the way, buddy. All the freaking way. Now let's see if our old bearing got pressed on there. Oh, perfection. Hell yeah. That actually went a lot smoother than what I expect, if I'm being completely honest. Maybe I should hit it with a double tap just to be safe. I want to make sure that thing is all the way down there because I know the transmission tolerances are very slim. Yep, I don't think that thing is going any further, so there it is. All right, now we have one more bearing to put on, and then we can move on to our ring gear. Bruh. The press is maxed out. Bang, bang. All right, now all we gotta do is just bolt the ring gear on here, and I've already cleaned, like very meticulously cleaned this thing. You wanna make sure that there obviously isn't any kind of dust or any kind of particles in between this before you bolt it on. I'm gonna go over this guy really quick because I just had it pressed into these filthy 4x4s. I'm gonna run out back and hit this with the compressed air. Okie dokie. So this guy goes on just like that. All right, so if you guys know earlier, I had to actually drill out 4 of these bolts to get the ring gear off of the stock open differential. And so it left me with 4 bolts short. I made a post on Facebook last night, and a local guy, which probably a lot of you guys, if you're local, know him, Bryant Robinson. I have like 35 mutual friends with him on Facebook. But anyhow, he hit me up and said that he had some, and he actually just set them outside of his house last night so I can go and pick them up because it was pretty late. So huge shout out to him. I have met him before at the track. I don't know if he watches my videos or not, but if you are watching this, I appreciate it. Once again, brother, huge shout out to you. Definitely a lifesaver. So now we have all the bolts that we need to actually bolt this guy up, and then we can move on, get this thing slapped back inside of the transmission. See if I know how to put it back together now, you know? Alright, there it is, man. Transmission is all done. We installed our MaxpeedingRods LSD. The only specialty tools that I needed to get this job done was obviously the press and this bearing separator puller set that you can obviously get at Harbor Freight. So, super easy. The only thing you really have to do is pay very close attention to how everything came out. Make sure to put it all back in there the same way. So we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then reverse. Goes nice and easy in all the gears. Reach up underneath here and spin the main shaft. Everything spins nice and easy, feels nice and free, no resistance, sounds good. I'm actually stoked that I did this myself. It's kind of what has been holding me back. And I know, the transmission that I threw away, the ring gear would have unbolted. If I'm being 100% honest with you guys, no, I wasn't aware of that until after I threw it away. But when I did throw it away, I already knew that I was gonna get an LSD from Max. So huge shout out to Max, man. I will have a link in the description down below. So if you guys do have a K series, this is a RSX Type S 6-speed transmission, obviously open diff, and now we just made a huge improvement on it, installing LSD. But they do have LSDs available for B series as well. They have B series and K series right now. I don't know if they plan on getting single cam ones or not. Probably not. Either way, man, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Coming up, we're gonna be needing to get this thing further cleaned up. I started on it tonight. I wanna get this thing painted before, obviously, we're gonna put it into khaki. But yeah, man, now that this is done, everything else is pretty much downhill. I just gotta get the engine and transmission put together, get it into the car. I've already got my axles. I've already got a clutch to throw on here. I already have my ECU. I have wiring, obviously the mounts. Oh, I picked up shift cables. I have a shifter. Dude, honestly, I think I have absolutely everything. So now with the LSD installed, we can move forward. I hope you guys are excited about that, man. And while I have you guys here, I just want to say, because I know that the Honda related videos get more views than most of the other content that I put out, you know what I'm saying? If you can do me a huge favor, just give the mini bike a chance, bro. Go check out and catch up on the mini bike videos for this guy. This thing came out absolutely freaking amazing. I love this damn little bike, man. And I know a lot of people aren't too extremely interested in mini bikes, but hear me out, man. I never had an interest in them either until Braven and I ended up getting that one from his coworker. I traded a set of wheels for it, and it was like, whatever, you know? It's a little gas-powered bike. Worst case scenario, I could just sell it. But once we got it, it's one of those things, and you have to be able to relate whenever it comes to certain body styles of cars, things of that nature, that until you own it, do you really see the potential in it. You know what I mean? Dude, this little guy right here is capable of doing 60 miles an hour right now as it sits. And if I re-gear it, I can get this thing up to 70. And it's a completely stock engine. 420 cc, and it's got an electric start now. Look at this. Fire right up, boy. Anyhow, I know a lot of you guys would really enjoy that thing if you had the chance to ride one of them for yourselves. So give it a chance. Go catch up on the mini bike videos. Up next for this thing is we're going to be tearing it down, painting it, making it look a lot nicer, because right now there's a lot of bare metal and stuff. But anyhow, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please do smash the like button for me. I hope you are hyped for future content on Khaki. Now we can move forward on it later, and I'll see you then.